Today, we are bringing you a story from the lively city of Istanbul, where a stray cat had suffered a broken paw and thus faced an uncertain future on the streets. What happened next at a well-known hospital dealing with human patients surprised all those present when the stray cat with the visibly injured paw made an unexpected appearance, simply trotting into the hospital as if it had made an appointment. The people of Turkey are known for their love of stray cats. In fact, these animals are often fed extremely well and taken great care of. But even then, accidents can happen to some of the many cats that wander the streets of Istanbul during all hours of the day. The Bitlis Tatvan State Hospital is typically full of busy nurses and doctors, tending to the many people who come into the emergency room or for appointments during all days of the week. The trained medical staff helps hundreds of humans every single day. But now, a few of them can also add a new segment to their portfolio. Seemingly out of nowhere, a small tabby cat appeared at the entrance to the emergency room, making its way through the automatic sliding doors, limping past the many people sitting down waiting for their own treatment. However, it was clear to all those who witnessed the stray cat that urgent help was required. The poor animal was struggling to walk on its own, as one of its front paws was badly hurt, possibly even broken. The cat did not immediately get help, as can be seen on surveillance footage when it first enters the entrance area of the emergency room. Eventually, the cat began wandering the halls and corridors of the hospital. The precious animal kept trying to get eye contact with the humans it encountered, hoping that someone would provide a helping hand. As shown by the video footage, the cat is not only limping, but also having to adjust its stride in order to not put any pressure on the damaged paw, providing a clear indication that something was not right. People watching the video afterwards have been wondering whether the cat was aware of the hospital being a place for people to come to seek medical attention, or whether the sounds and activities of this many people simply seemed like the best option for the cat to find one person willing to help it. However, the cat did not have to wait long before a kind soul offered to treat the badly injured paw. A male nurse called Abuzer Azdemir suddenly saw the cat and recognized its need for help, and he wasted no time making sure the cat was taken care of. As the nurse recalls, he saw the cat staggering and having trouble staying upright, but nonetheless keeping calm given the circumstances. Abuzer Azdemir was thus among the first of the staff to notice the injured cat, and he was quick to spring into action. He signaled to a few colleagues that they should bring supplies and tools into the nearest treatment room, before making eye contact with the cat, trying to convince it to follow his lead. Luckily, Abuzer was no stranger to animals. He had a lifelong love for furry creatures and considers it a part of his natural instincts to care not just for other people, but any animal that might need it as well. This level of compassion and love must surely have been felt by the cat, which quickly felt safe and comfortable enough to trust Abuzer with its injured paw. The nurse recalls that the cat was anxious and slightly skittish at first, but then it calmed down once it realized that help had arrived. Abuzer began speaking softly to the cat, as the nurse would often do with the young and scared children visiting the hospital, and that seemed to further make the cat feel secure and at ease. The stray cat let down its guard, relaxed its muscles, and began approaching the nurse so that it could be examined properly. As the nurse examined the cat carefully, eventually he was allowed to touch the leg, and then the injured paw itself. He was dismayed when he realized that the paw was actually broken. He winced when he imagined the pain that the cat must have suffered through already. Abuzer Azdemir managed to guide the cat up onto a comfortable chair, where the cat seemingly was amicable enough to stay for the duration of its treatment. Now, while this might seem surprising to anyone who's ever owned a cat, this just speaks to the fact that the cat was clearly in pain and desperate to receive help, even if it meant taking orders from a human. As a nurse, he had an experienced and calm demeanor that must have put the cat at ease, as Abuzer quickly and expertly began treating the poor animal. Before working on the broken paw, he first needed to clean the area, as it was filled with dirt and debris from a lifetime of living on the streets. Once the area was cleaned and ready, Abuzer then began working on fixing the broken paw. He adjusted the paw as best as he could without surgery, and then grabbed a splint to stabilize the area, and then secured it with bandages. All while he was working, he can be seen taking his time to ensure that the cat was comfortable and that it felt safe. This level of care and compassion is something that all animals and humans alike deserve in a time of need such as this, and is a great example of humans at their very best. Before Abu Zair had finished treating the cat, the video shows how relaxed and at ease the cat is, lying down as if just taking a nap rather than being treated for a broken paw. Under the attentive care of the dedicated professional, the cat found itself in capable hands, and it was as though the feline began to comprehend this reality. The initial nervousness and anxiousness of the animal slowly gave way to a sense of complete rest, as it discerned the sincere and genuine care provided by the skilled caretaker, and finally had a moment to just relax and regain some much-needed strength. After all, the stray cat must have been pushing itself to its physical limits, hobbling around on a broken paw without any assistance. Not to mention the mental anxiety that the uncertainty and pain must have brought the furry feline. Once Abu Zair had finished treating the broken paw, doing the best he could with the tools and skills available to him, he then gave the cat a general examination. At this point, Abu Zair had gotten close and comfortable enough with the cat that it allowed him to open its mouth and inspect it up close. This inspection revealed a strong set of teeth, and the claws also seemed to be in great condition. When listening to its heartbeat, nothing out of the ordinary sprung to mind either, meaning that the stray cat was sound and healthy, apart from the broken paw, obviously. However, the cat clearly had dirty and matted fur, which was infested with mites, presenting a rather distressing sight. Fortunately, the nurse swiftly addressed this issue by administering a course of pills to alleviate the condition. Additionally, the cat received a series of injections to safeguard its well-being and ensure that it remained in good health. Abu Zair had now done all he could in order to help the stray cat regain its strength and recover from its serious injury. Only time would tell whether or not the cat would regain full function of its paw again, but the nurse had experienced how strong-willed and incredibly intelligent the cat was. And when he saw that the cat simply walked out of the hospital the way it came in, his heart told him that the cat would be just fine. After all, he knew as well as anybody else in Turkey that cats are loved all around Istanbul and beyond, and that many strangers leave cat food outside for the strays to eat, and generally are very protective and caring for the furry felines. After a while, the bandage and splint would fall off, whether due to the weather and environment, or due to the cat's own gnawing. But Abu Zair was confident that when that time happened, the cat's paw would have had enough time to heal, and that the paw should be all better and ready to go. However, Abu Zair did not have to say goodbye to the newly formed friendship all at once. Some days later, that same cat waltzed back into the emergency room, where it found the kind nurse once more, letting Abu Zair examine the paw once more to confirm that things were healing up nicely, and giving a sense of closure to both human and cat alike. Perhaps the cat also swung by to say thank you to the nurse that helped it. What do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below.